Hello and welcome to today's video. Have you ever felt like your knees just aren't what they used to be? Maybe going up the stairs takes a little more effort, or walking across the room leaves your joints feeling stiff and sore. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Knee pain and weakness are some of the most common complaints among seniors, and they can slowly chip away at your independence, mobility, and confidence. So, naturally, many ask, does walking every day actually help, or could it be making things worse? It's a good question, and the answer might surprise you. Some believe that walking puts too much strain on aging knees. Others swear by their daily walks as the secret to staying pain-free and active. But what does the science say? And more importantly, what's right for you? In today's video, we're breaking down the real impact of walking on knee health after 60. You'll discover how walking affects the muscles, joints, and cartilage around your knees, and how something as simple as your walking surface, your shoes, or even your posture can mean the difference between healing and hurting. Plus, we'll reveal the best way to walk smart, so you get all the benefits of stronger knees without the pain or risk of injury. If you're looking for a natural, low-impact way to stay active and protect your joints, stay tuned. We'll also share expert tips and simple movement routines that can transform your daily walk into a powerful tool for knee health. Don't skip this, your knees will thank you. Walking is one of the simplest forms of exercise, but for seniors, it can be one of the most powerful ways to maintain knee strength and mobility. Let's start with the basics. Your knees are supported by muscles, tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. As we age, these tissues naturally begin to weaken or wear down. That's where movement becomes essential. Walking encourages blood flow to your joints, which helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to the cartilage, the shock absorber of your knees. This can slow down degeneration, reduce stiffness, and even support mild repair over time. But here's what many people don't realize. Walking also strengthens the muscles around your knees, especially the quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves. These muscles act like scaffolding, helping your knees stay aligned and take pressure off the joint itself. According to studies from the Cleveland Clinic and Harvard Health, seniors who walk regularly report less knee pain and better overall joint function compared to those who remain sedentary. Now, let's be clear, not all walking is created equal. If you're walking with poor posture, wearing unsupportive shoes, or walking too far too quickly, you could be putting unnecessary strain on your knees. That's why walking technique matters just as much as frequency. The key is to start slow, walk smart, and listen to your body. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a difference when done correctly. In the next part, we'll talk about the specific benefits walking provides to knee cartilage and joint health, and what types of walking you should avoid if your knees are already sensitive. Cartilage is the unsung hero of your knees. It's the smooth, rubbery tissue that cushions your joints and allows for pain-free movement. But here's the catch, it doesn't have its own blood supply. That means it relies entirely on joint movement to get the nutrients it needs to stay healthy. And that's where walking comes in. Every step you take acts like a gentle pump, circulating synovial fluid inside the knee joint. This fluid nourishes your cartilage, keeping it lubricated and resilient. Without enough movement, this fluid becomes stagnant and cartilage begins to dry out and wear down faster, leading to stiffness, pain, and eventually arthritis. So yes, walking is not just exercise, it's medicine for your joints. According to Harvard Health Publishing, even moderate walking has been shown to reduce inflammation in the joints, which is a major contributor to cartilage damage. And a study from the University of California, San Francisco found that seniors who walked at least 6,000 steps a day had less cartilage loss and better joint function over time. But what if you already have osteoarthritis or knee pain? Should you still walk? The answer from most orthopedic specialists is a resounding yes, with the right precautions. Low-impact walking on flat surfaces and with supportive shoes can actually help stabilize the joint, strengthen the surrounding muscles, and improve balance. Think of it like this. A well-nourished joint is a happy joint, and walking is the best way to keep it that way. Now, let's talk about something crucial. Not all walking is created equal. Many seniors unknowingly make simple mistakes that can actually strain their knees rather than strengthen them. Let's break down the most common missteps and how you can avoid them. 1. Poor footwear. Wearing old, unsupportive shoes is one of the fastest ways to put extra pressure on your knees. Worn out soles and lack of cushioning force your joints to absorb more shock with every step. The fix? Choose well-cushioned walking shoes with arch support and shock absorption and replace them every 6 to 8 months if you walk regularly. 2. Hard, uneven surfaces. Walking on concrete, gravel, or hilly terrain can jar your knees and throw off your alignment. Whenever possible, opt for flat, even surfaces like a park path, treadmill, or indoor walking track. These are much kinder to aging joints. 3. Poor walking posture. Many people lean forward, hunch their shoulders, or shuffle their feet when they walk. This throws off your center of gravity and places more stress on your knees. Instead, walk tall, keep your shoulders relaxed, look straight ahead, and take steady, heel-to-toe strides. 4. Skipping warm-up and cool-down. Just like any other exercise, your body needs preparation. Begin each walk with 2 to 3 minutes of gentle marching or joint mobility moves, and end with light stretches for your calves, thighs, and hamstrings. 5. Overdoing it. Pushing through sharp pain or suddenly increasing your distance can backfire. Listen to your body. Start slow, build gradually, and rest when needed. By correcting these simple habits, you'll not only protect your knees, but also make every walk more effective and enjoyable. Next, we'll explore targeted exercises that complement walking and strengthen the knees directly. Stay tuned. As a physician who has worked extensively with aging adults, I often tell my patients, walking is wonderful, but it's only half the battle. If you truly want to preserve knee function and stay mobile as you age, targeted strength exercises are not optional. They are essential. Why? Because walking doesn't engage all the muscle groups that support your knees, especially the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and the stabilizing muscles around the hips. These muscles act like shock absorbers, cushioning your knee joints and maintaining proper alignment. When they weaken, your knees are forced to absorb more stress with every step, accelerating wear and tear. Let's start with the wall sit, a simple yet powerful isometric exercise. Stand with your back against a wall, slide down into a seated position, as if sitting in a chair, and hold for 20 to 30 seconds. This targets your quadriceps without putting pressure on your joints. Another favorite is the seated leg extension. Sit on a sturdy chair, straighten one leg until it's parallel to the floor, hold for a few seconds, then lower it slowly. It's safe, effective, and perfect for beginners. Don't forget your glutes. Weak hips often contribute to poor knee alignment. Try standing side leg raises, holding onto a counter for balance. Raise one leg out to the side slowly, then bring it back. This strengthens the hip abductors, which are key to stabilizing the knees during movement. Start with 2 to 3 sets of each, 2 to 3 times per week. Progress gradually, and always focus on control over intensity. Done consistently, these exercises can help reduce pain, improve balance, and prevent falls. Remember, motion is medicine, but only if it's supported by muscle. By now, you've learned that walking alone isn't a magic solution, but it's still a powerful tool in your joint health toolkit. The question is, how do you apply this knowledge to your daily life? Let's start small. You don't need to walk 5 miles a day or climb hills to strengthen your knees. In fact, overdoing it can lead to more strain. Instead, focus on frequency and form. Just 20 to 30 minutes of brisk walking on flat, even ground, 5 days a week can work wonders. Break it up into 2 shorter walks if that feels easier. Add intention to your movement. Concentrate on your posture, shoulders relaxed, head tall, and core gently engaged. Walk with purpose, not just to get from point A to B. Use your environment. Parks, quiet sidewalks, and even indoor malls are great walking spots for seniors. Avoid hard concrete whenever possible and stick to surfaces that offer some give, like rubber walking tracks or grassy paths. And don't forget to listen to your body. Walking should feel good. A little muscle fatigue is fine, but joint pain or swelling is a red flag. In those cases, talk to your doctor or physical therapist. Finally, track your progress. Use a journal or pedometer to stay motivated and see your improvement over time. You'll be amazed at how far you can go, one strong, supported step at a time. Now, let's wrap things up and go over the key takeaways you need to remember. So, does walking every day truly make your knees stronger? Yes, but only if it's done mindfully and combined with the right support. Daily walking promotes circulation, maintains joint mobility, and strengthens muscles. But if you're walking with poor form, worn out shoes, or ignoring pain, you might be doing more harm than good. Let's recap the key takeaways from this video. White heavy checkmark walking is a great way to maintain joint health, improve circulation, and boost mood, especially when done consistently. White heavy checkmark proper walking technique matters. Focus on posture, stride, and use supportive footwear. White heavy checkmark don't ignore pain. Discomfort in your knees may be a sign of overuse, poor alignment, or underlying joint issues. White heavy checkmark complement walking with strength exercises that target your quadriceps, calves, glutes, and hips. These muscles act like shock absorbers and give your knees the reinforcement they need. White heavy checkmark nutrition and hydration play a crucial role in keeping cartilage healthy and joints lubricated. Remember, strong knees mean more than just pain-free steps. They're the foundation of your independence, mobility, and confidence. Let me leave you with this. You don't stop moving because you grow old. You grow old because you stop moving. So keep walking, but walk smarter. Nourish your knees with movement, support them with strength, and care for them with intention. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more senior health tips every week. Your journey to healthier aging starts with a single, well-supported step. Thanks for watching, stay active, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next video.